Hi guys, it's Dan and Becky from
Bugs on the Windshield.
and stay tuned because we have the trip that almost didn't happen.
Yep.
We plan to take a trip to the Grand Tetons in 2021, and you have to plan a year out if you want to stay within the park. And we wanted to stay in the Coulter Bay campground, so we had reserved our site a year in advance.
Yeah, when we planned this trip, we didn't even have the fifth wheel yet. We knew the size about what we were going to get and what we were going to have to go up. So when we were reserving our spot, we just reserved the spot that would fit the camper that we would hopefully have for that trip.
Which it was all for naught.
2 weeks before the trip, I had gotten a notice from Ford saying that there was some recalls on the truck. And it turns out that it was actually the rear axle that needed to be looked at. Going into the dealership, I was able to get it in pretty quick. But of course, with everything the way it is, they were going to be 2 or 3 weeks out of fixing it, which put us a week past our trip.
It passed the inspection though. That was, but they said, you know, you'll probably be safe, but we were going to be picking up our friends, driving across country. And
pulling the camper. We were not wanting to, I did not want to have something happen and have to have both vehicles.
It's kind of a big
towed
deal.
back.
Right.
So,
well, I called around and canceled everything. We canceled our site at Coulter Bay. We canceled the other campgrounds on the way up. We looked around for a VRBO for, near the Grand Tetons, and believe it or not, we found one. And actually, it turned out to be pretty cool.
Yeah, it worked out to be really nice.
Yeah, very cool.
Nice.
So stay tuned, and you'll see what happens next. Okay, so now we're on the road. We're on I-80 finally, and Dan was just ready to tell you that we don't have the camper on this trip. It's okay.
There's a recall for the 350s on the axle, and even though we probably would have been all right, it's a little scary to be going halfway across the country in a truck that could have something happen to the axle while we're hauling the trailer.
Right. So we're staying. We are staying at a KOA tonight. We're staying at the KOA in Cheyenne, Wyoming, in a camping cabin. And then we're going to stay in Rock Springs, Wyoming on Saturday nights in a camping cabin. And then we'll stay in a house near Swan Valley, Idaho. So we're about an hour from the Tetons and a couple of hours, maybe 2 hours and 45 minutes to Yellowstone. So I don't know, we may visit both places, but we have 4 days. So
4 days, so we can get there.
Yeah, so we can crank out here. Let's make this a speedy vacation. What are you gonna talk about? Talk about something. I'm a little bit obsessed with the Class B van. I don't want one, but I'm kind of obsessed with them.
Yeah, they got their plus and minuses. Different one. The one we passed earlier was a white one. Here we are rolling down I-80.
Yeah.
Not much to see here. Just a tad different.
It's a little higher than Kansas.
Yeah, it's a little higher than Kansas.
We got 70, we got 80, a little bit higher.
definitely see it's starting to get different just up the way here with the way it's
Switching over, isn't it?
yep. Switching over. Switching it up.
Pine Bluffs. Just record for 2 minutes and then we'll do it, right? One, exit one. Uh-oh, you know what that means.
Means we'll have to
We're getting closer. We're almost to that one place. Man, it is windy.
have to go off route.
This must be the Laplands. No, we don't know. I don't see anything.
Sign. Where's the big sign at?
I don't think they have one.
Wait a minute, what's this up here? What is that? That looks like a sign to me.
Welcome to Wyoming.
Our first stop was the Cheyenne, Wyoming KOA, and we stayed there in a camping cabin. Which years ago we stayed in camping cabins, and I think that was the thing that made us realize, hey, we like camping. Let's get a camper.
Yeah, and this was really a nice campground. I mean, they kept it really clean. It was well maintained, and real
Folks were
friendly
real
staff.
nice. Yeah, they were really nice. Bathrooms were really nice and clean. The showers, they were just like a shower room, kind of. Only one person, in at a time or whatever. But it was really clean and nice. I thought they did a really good job. The sites were not really smashed in together. It didn't seem like.
Yeah. For what it was, it was like
for a KOA.
it was,
Yeah.
And it was just outside of the city of Cheyenne, so it was just like as you coming in
Right.
to the city, it's right there. So
We're right off of the highway.
So, and what's nice about it is if we did want to camp there, it would have been a great place to go because you had on the way out, you had the big truck stop to get gas. You had
Right.
all the amenities right there.
Yeah, I'd stay there again.
So
for sure.
Pretty easy to get in and out
Yeah.
of, look like so.
I have to admit, I was super jealous. I missed our camper.
I was missing it too. It would have been nice to have it there.
Yep. Nice looking pool. That's all right. I caught somebody. Oh, I caught somebody coming around the pool up there. And here I caught somebody in my bed.
Hi.
Hi.
You tired?
You tired? Okay.
There's our bed that we set up.
The camping cabin actually didn't have a couple of things that we do like to have, and one of those is a TV.
Yeah, and being that it was the night that the one of the preseason games was going on with the Chiefs, we
wanted to watch.
kind of wanted to watch it. So we were trying to kind of, when we got there, figuring how are we going to do this. We didn't know we were going to town because I doubt that anybody probably in town would have been playing that
Right,
there.
playing on the sports in Cheyenne, Wyoming, the Chiefs preseason game. I don't
Yeah.
know.
So it's probably
Maybe.
So the truck comes with a hotspot, and we activated it for this trip, thinking that we might down the road need it. And it was an AT&T service where our phones are T-Mobile, so that gives us the two carriers to kind of get across
Two options.
the two options. And in the truck, we actually get pretty good coverage. And so when we were there, I got my iPad out and hooked it to the truck's Wi-Fi, the hotspot, and voila, I had the game.
We
So
watched the
I was
game.
actually able to watch the game. I mean, most of the preseason.
We thought we were really slick.
Yeah, we thought it was pretty cool to kind of sit there watching the game on Wi-Fi.
Then the other thing that that the camping cabin doesn't have is a bathroom. So if you have to go in the middle of the night, and I usually have to go in the middle of the night at least once, you have to get up and walk up to the bathrooms. But we really weren't that far away.
Yeah, we weren't that far away, and it wasn't really a bad walk. I mean,
No. And it was a beautiful night.
yeah, it was a beautiful night. And it was, I think it was a full moon because it seemed like it
real
was pretty bright.
Yeah, very pretty.
Jeff, is that you way up there?
And after Cheyenne, Wyoming, our next stop was Rock Springs, Wyoming. And that's where we met up with our friends. So that's when our vacation kind of really felt like it started.
Yeah, we were able to, they were meeting us up in that area because they came from a different direction, and that was kind of a common point to get to where we could head on to the final destination.
Ooh, final destination.
The Grand Tetons.
The Grand Tetons, okay. I believe that is a storage lot over there. But this is behind our cabin. We stayed at a KOA in Rock Springs also, and it was okay.
Yeah, it was okay. It wasn't as impressive as the first one,
No.
but then again, the first one
It was bigger.
really.
Right, it was really impressive. I mean, I think it's hard to keep up with that Cheyenne KOA, but it was all right.
Yeah, it was hard. It was a bigger campground, probably more leaning towards the camper type setup.
When we got to Rock Springs, you know, we met up with our friends and just kind of went to dinner, and that was actually Dan's birthday. So we celebrated a little bit, went out to dinner, and we'll show you some pictures of that later. And we had a really good time.
Send text message to Jeff's phone.
What do you want to say?
What's your mile marker?
Your message to Jeff's phone says, "What's your mile marker? Ready to send it?"
And the next day we headed on to Jackson, Wyoming. We were in two separate cars, but we still stayed in touch.
Yeah, we had the radios and the phones, and so we were trying to
And
get.
you know, if we got close enough, we just rolled down the window.
Yeah,
Hey! Just kidding.
A snowmobile and bike trail to our right.
Awesome.
That's pretty cool. Okay, I'm gonna go now. Text Jeff's phone.
What do you want to say?
We're at mile marker 172.
Your message to Jeff's phone says we're at mile marker 172. Ready to send it?
Yes. Hey, we can finally see some mountains.
We weren't in the Grand Tetons yet, but we were getting closer. We were in the Grand Teton National Forest.
Is that where all the trees are at?
Well, some of them. What? A Tesla fifth wheel? That's awesome. I never heard of that brand before, but it's a pretty sharp looking rig, I thought.
Yeah, I think it's a toy hauler.
Is it electric?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? Well, it's a Tesla. Maybe it's self-driving.
Yeah. Look at all this traffic.
Where is everybody coming from? That's crazy.
We must be getting close to Jackson.
Probably the lead car was just going really slow.
Yeah, probably backed up a little bit of traffic.
Hardly anybody out here now.
Oh, we made it to Hoback.
Thank goodness, because that means we're getting closer to Jackson. Yay! We made it to Jackson.
Yay!
Yay!
Now we're in the big city.
Now it's time for lunch. We gotta go find a parking place and go have some lunch. Man, I thought you were gonna hit that man. We must have been really hungry when we got to town because we caught ourselves driving past different restaurants and reading the names out loud. you know, there's a pancake house. Annie's Thai Kitchen. 900 feet. Now we need to find a place to park.
In 800 feet, continue straight.
Here's some pictures we took from the night before Dan's birthday in Rock Springs, and
yeah, it was fun.
oh, and there's Debbie's snowman cucumber salad.
That's the way it came.
I know. Pretty cool.
We're downtown Jackson. doing our touristy thing.
Stay tuned for the rest of our Idaho and Wyoming adventure. We had a lot of fun. I can't wait to show you the VRBO that we found, and we ended up really, really enjoying it, I think.
Yeah, it was a nice vacation. And
It was nice to spend, just a quiet time and, see some really cool things, and we can't wait to share that with you.
So don't forget to subscribe.
Give us a thumbs up.
And if sometimes you're the bug.
And sometimes you're a bug, windshield, I don't know, windshield bug.
This will be a blooper reel.
What is it, Melissa?
Melissa, what is it?
Sometimes you're the windshield, and sometimes you're bugs on the windshield. Be safe out there.
We did the hi guys part already. It's like, hi guys. But, hey, I can't get my tongue to work or something. I don't know.
Just like the Google machine.
The Google machine.
With the full moon in it, it lit it up enough to get to the shower house that we wanted, if we needed to do anything there.
If you want to shower. I like to shower. Shower before I go to bed.
Okay.
Shower.
Shower?
Like, when we get someplace, I like to shower right then. Too.
Shower. Okay.
I like to
Okay,
shower.
move on.
All right. Okay.
Listen to text message.
You have no new messages.